Welcome to the Done Deal YouTube channel. I'm Paddy Comyn. Today we're going to look at what's good and what's bad about the new Polestar 4. Let's talk a little bit about the styling of the Polestar 4. And as you can see at the back, first things first, there's no glass because they replaced it with a camera. Now that allows them to make the car much more aerodynamic without those styling restrictions. Moving around to the side, big 21-inch alloy wheels, which are stunning to look at. I wouldn't like to be paying for tires, however. We have our recessed door handles as well. And moving along to the front, you'll see a plethora of cameras around this car. This is a car that you can see every single angle from the inside. And then we have these LEDs at the front, a beautiful twin blade design. As you can see, they're jumping as I activate them there. And this Polestar badge at the front, if you want to come in and have a look, will light up at nighttime as well. So really beautiful styling features in this car. And overall, the proportions are beautiful. The Polestar 4, like all of the Polestar range, is a full EV, and most people want to know, okay, what's the range and what's the performance like? Well, it has a huge battery. It has a 102 kilowatt hour battery. About 94 of that is usable, but it's a range monster, this car. It will do about 600 kilometers on a full charge and will actually do it. It's not just a claim. Even in these cold conditions, you're likely to get that on a full charge. It's also powerful too. This is the single motor version, which has 200 kilowatts, which is 276 horsepower in other terms, and it's really quick. I don't think you'd need the dual motor version, plus that dual motor version is considerably more expensive. Charging speeds are particularly impressive in the Polestar 4. It can charge at the right DC charger at speeds of up to 200 kilowatts. That means it can charge from 10 to 80% in just 30 minutes. I really like the interior of the Polestar 4. It reminds me of a luxurious Scandinavian apartment. And what Polestar have done in this car have gone for a landscape mode for the screen, which is different to their other models, but it's a beautiful design. Now, for me, there's too much going on in terms of the screen. There are too many functions that you have to go through the screen for. However, some of the features are really clever. There's a lovely feature which allows you to change the interior lighting throughout the car based on planets. So you can have a sun, you can have Mercury, you can have Earth, which gives the interior sort of blue and green tones. Plus, it's also giving you some information on the screen as to tell you about those planets as well. A lovely little feature. I really like that 85% of the Polestar 4 is reusable or recyclable. Something I'm not crazy about is the placement of this interior module here, which if you have longer legs can feel a bit intrusive. I've certainly banged my knees off it a few times. It looks nice, but not the most practical. What really impresses me most about the Polestar 4 is the way it drives, and in particular the ride and handling, which for me is one of the best I've experienced in any car of late. The handling is really sharp, steering is excellent, but its ability to cope with bad surfaces and bumps is what makes it stand out from the crowd. For me, you really don't need that dual motor version. This single motor version has just short of 300 horsepower, which is plenty of power, and you can feel it when you put your foot down. It's very brisk. The 272 horsepower Polestar 4 can get from 0 to 100 kilometers per hour in just 7.1 seconds. And now let's chat about this rear view camera, which is one of the main talking points of the Polestar 4. Is it any good? Is there a point to it? And why did they do it? So is it a gimmick? Well, actually no, it works really well. It makes the car more aerodynamic because they can be a bit more creative with the shape of the car. It gives the rear seat passengers more headroom. And I found in particular that at night time it's really, really good. Much better than a traditional rear view mirror in those difficult conditions. Pricing for the Polestar 4 starts at €68,600 for the single motor version. You can pay €100,000 for the dual motor version. It's a lot faster, but you don't really need all that power in my view. This single motor version is excellent and it's a great all-rounder. Not cheap, but what a car for the money. If you're after a premium EV, well, this is one of the nicest out there. The Polestar 4 is a gorgeous all-rounder. Stick with the single motor version. You don't need that dual motor version because it is that bit more expensive. But for me, this is one of the best all-round EVs you can buy. Brilliant range, brilliant handling, gorgeous looks and great tech. If you want to find out more, you can always go to donedeal.ie, and as ever, like and subscribe.